You read the title, call me crazy, but in a weird way, this whole topic is kind of uncomfortable to talk about, and let me tell you why. I guess it all boils down to this Alex Pereira dude having his first fight in the UFC in late 2021. We are talking November here, okay? And now there are somehow legitimate conversations about putting him top 5, top 3, and even as the greatest of all time. That is if he's able to get a few key wins, of course, at 38 years of age. That can be a pretty big if, you know? Even in the absolute best case scenario for him, so like he goes out there, knocks out Ciryl in 30 seconds, he is still nowhere near being the GOAT in my eyes, but some people would say, what if Jones comes back and Alex beats him too? Look, if we are being honest, even before a hypothetical win against Jon Jones, just beating Ciryl Gane, which I think Pereira definitely can do, would mean he's a 3-weight UFC champion. At that point, he will have managed to achieve all these incredible feats in the UFC in just 4.5 years, give or take. I think we should sit with that for a second, you know? It's beyond crazy. Let me ask you a quick question. Who are the hottest and the best rising fighters in the UFC right now? If I had to name one, of course I would go with Ilia Topuria. He has by far the best looking resume right now, possibly the best 3-fight win streak in the history of the sport. He beat Volk, he beat Max, he beat Oliveira, all title fights back to back, mind you. And even he, quote unquote, could only manage to become a double champ in like what, 5 years I reckon? I'm obviously joking, that's an insane achievement, don't get me wrong, but Pereira is even further ahead. I really hope this gives you some good perspective in regards to just how well Alex Pereira has been doing in the UFC. So back to my points, can he be the GOAT? Can he actually pull this off? I mean, it's a subjective question, right? Everyone has their own criteria for the greatest of all time. At first glance, Alex Pereira doesn't look like a complete MMA fighter, definitely lacking in the grappling and the wrestling department. But, this is a big but by the way, if he destroys Gane, thus becomes a 3-weight UFC champion in convincing fashion, and somehow, someway, the UFC is able to lure Jon Jones back in for a super fight, oh man. You know what, I wanna stop for a second and at least acknowledge we are stacking so many ifs on top of each other at this point, yet hear me out. If Pereira beats Jones up at heavyweight 2, I don't know how we can possibly say his time in the UFC wouldn't be the most impressive anyone has ever had. It's a long shot, I know, I would even go as far as to say it's the longest of shots, yet I'm just saying we have to come to terms with the possibility of this becoming reality. Regarding how I think Pereira will do against Gane, I have a video covering that, you can check it out, please do. But what I mainly want to talk about today is a potential Pereira versus Jones matchup, if you couldn't tell already. I want to first start off by saying, if we were to have this conversation about what, like 8 months ago before Pereira destroyed Big Ank in their rematch, I would have said you would have to be crazy to so much as consider picking Pereira to win against Jones. I know myself, I would have said it to your face, you have to be crazy to so much as consider picking Pereira to win against Jones. You know what, I would have meant every word of it too, in a sense I still do. If we were to bring prime Jon Jones to this conversation, it would not end well for Alex Pereira whatsoever. Still man, let me hype you up a little bit, okay? Honestly, I keep coming back to the same thing. The way Pereira was so focused and dead set on getting Ankalaev out of there super quick in the rematch, I'm telling you, should he take the same approach against the 38-year-old, out of shape, bloated at heavyweight type of Jones, I'm not sure Jones can handle the heat, I don't know, and that truly surprises me. Now I'm not saying Jones looked lost against old man Stipe, no, absolutely not. However, he looked kind of suspiciously slow in some exchanges in that fight, and now he's been away from the sport for so long, I gotta tell you, in a potential comeback, I have my doubts about him for sure. You know what's really crazy? I'm the one making this video talking about just how much better Alex Pereira's UFC journey can get, yet even I am baffled by what I'm putting out there, not gonna lie, I think that's quite funny. Let me know what you guys think. I value each and every one of your opinions very highly. I've been the worst at checking the comment section, and I barely get any traffic anyway, so let's just say it's a work in progress. Last but definitely not least, do not forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.